Racing isn't the #1 reason that I run in the mountains. So while it's very important to me, my results, and I'm a very competitive person, I never get too emotionally crushed by any one failure or disappointment, you know? Certainly it was disappointing to not finish the race last year, but I felt like I gave it my best effort with the conditions I was handed, and so I guess I just had the conviction that I wanted to come back and try again. One of the main reasons I do this sport, or that I enjoy running in the mountains, is that very primal place that it takes you. It completely strips away all like civilization, basically. It's just, everything is distilled down to just you and some water and maybe some calories and just moving forward. So much of life is taking care of tasks and duties, you know, at work or whatever, with family. And here it's just very simple, but very meaningful at the same time. One of the reasons I do these events is because they're very difficult. It's a big challenge, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So if you get to a point where that challenge delivers, you know, where you meet that challenge and then you just drop, that kind of defeats the purpose of even starting in the first place. You know, it's the whole point is that you want to challenge yourself and test yourself and overcome the adversity. And I mean, anytime I line up in an ultra marathon in the mountains, my expectation is to win the race. The way I run is I try to just run my own race within myself, and if that means that I don't reach the front of the race until maybe halfway, that's fine with me. We'll see what happens. That's why you run the race, to find out. It's the drama and the excitement and the uncertainty. Running up to Col de la Seine, I knew that I just had, you know, the 4 top guys in front of me, the 3 Spanish runners and Francois. And I think this is where I started, made a mistake. I went too hard on that climb, you know, to try and catch up before Courmayeur. In the first half of a 100 miler, you just have to go easy, and I was pushing past that line, you know. But then out of Courmayeur, there was a big climb up to Bretonne. I could just tell that my stomach was starting to, I was getting nauseous, you know, and I didn't feel like eating anymore. So I ate 1 gel on that climb, and that was the last gel I had for a long time. Between Bretonne and Bonatti is the middle of the night, maybe, I don't know, 3 in the morning, something like that. And so you're tired, it's that worst time of the night. And so I got into Fouilly, and I almost left without eating anything there because I just didn't realize. But then I ate there, and I threw up again after Fouilly. It was just, when you don't have any calories in your system, you can't go. There's no power. And so then it was just a matter of survival. I was just trying to like continue to move and to go forward. And at this point, I was very determined to finish, and I got some food and I felt a lot better. But then again, I threw up going over a Bovine. So when I got into Trion, it was bad because I've been going for 10 hours at that point with almost no calories. So in Trion, I was pretty, like, a little dizzy and incoherent.
How'd you feel?
So I ended up taking a little nap there.
But is there a
maybe
little
2
bit
hours.
How'd you feel? You could eat now? But is there a little bit of, could you think you could eat now?
And eventually my stomach finally got better and I could start eating some food. Finally ate a lot of food, and then it was just march to the finish. One of the reasons I do these is because the race is so difficult, such a big challenge. And this time in Trion, I don't know, I felt like I needed to prove to myself, meet that challenge basically, you know, like get to a very low spot and still pull out of it. You try to stop thinking basically. Just make small little goals, get to the next aid station and get to the top of the pass. In the moment you can't analyze it because it's irrational. There's no utility to it. It's this sort of senseless act, you know? You just decide that you're gonna do it, and then you turn your brain off and you just execute. And I thought maybe, you know, I'd have like a group of friends at the finish or something. And I get in the town and I felt like I've never had that kind of reception for when I won a race, you know? Let alone finish 6 hours behind the winner.